This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective oracle and affirmations for today. Today is Monday, July 20th, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates. It all might resonate. It's affirmations. It's actually messages from the litter box, because I was going to do another reading yesterday, and then I got so pissed off that it took forever for the damn original message to load. So I was like, forget it. I'll just do it tomorrow morning. Purring Prophet, messages from the litter box, Mercy Morgana. You can find this at ripeavocadowitch.com. I've just about had it with YouTube. They're annoying. They're annoying old ladies everywhere. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Mine was, other than having to work on Saturday, it was still pretty relaxing, you know. I got to spend time with my dad and brother, and finally walked outside yesterday because it was cooler, which is very nice. I left my air off last night. I don't know how many is on the table. 3, I think. Let me see. Why are we like constantly getting this energy that somebody wants attention? Like, who are these needy people? Is this you? Is this me? Who needs attention? Like, literally, all 3 of these cards. Like, somebody wants someone to look at them. I mean, it's on 3 cards. 3 cards. We're going to do 2 more shuffles. Last shuffle. Okay. Who is this person? I want to know who this person is. All right, let me show you the cards. We got, I made biscuits, worship me. I needed, I worked hard, I expect gratitude. Looks like a hamster, not a cat, but we'll take it. I must knock this object over. It existed in the wrong place. I am simply correcting the universe's mistake. Door is closed. This is unacceptable. I demand entry. No, I do not want to go in. I just need it open. Bottom of the deck. The cucumber is evil. It appeared behind me. I may never recover. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. Doesn't matter. So here's the thing. Somebody wants attention. Somebody wants somebody to look at them. Let me just give you an example, right? Like, let's say I'm friends with Betty. We have a falling out. I haven't talked to Betty in like 4 months. We work together, okay? See her every day. I haven't talked to her in 4 months. Falling out. She doesn't want to apologize. I don't want to apologize. Like, we both think we're right. Whatever. It doesn't even matter. We're not talking. She keeps looking at me. She'll keep like looking over her cubicle, looking at my desk, whatever the case. And I'm like, oh God, Betty, like what the, you know. So one day I just go up to her cubicle and I'm standing there, and all of a sudden she turns around and she's like, oh, what do you want? It's like somebody wants somebody's attention, but like if they were to get that attention, they would be like, uh, where did you come from? Like, what do you want? And it'd be like, you were looking at me like all day long. And someone would be like, no, I wasn't, no. Here's the thing. Betty doesn't really know that she wants to come back and be friends with me. She doesn't know what she wants. With the door is closed and I want in. I want the door open, but I don't want to go in. You know what I mean? It's like somebody wants to open a door. Somebody wants another person to be available to them, but they don't necessarily want to take up that opportunity. So if this is a relationship, okay, this would be like a past person watching you on social media, right? Let's say you see them on your Instagram, they're trolling your stuff, whatever. They come up in your suggested friends list, even though they're not a friend. They're watching your shit. So you send them a message and you say, hey, shit or get off the pot. Like, can you stop watching me? Like, do you have that in you to just stop? And somebody's going to be like, oh, I wasn't watching you. Yeah, you were. Yeah, on all my social media, right? That person wants the door open to be able to come back in the future if they want. They want there to be like an open line of communication. That way, if they want to come back to be a lover, a significant other, a spouse, and again, even a friend, a family member, it doesn't matter. They want to be able to come back if they want to. They want the door open, but they don't want to come back. Not now. They just want that option for the future. They probably have other options now, right? My good friend Betty at work probably has other friends, but they want the door open so that if she wants to come back in and be my friend, she can just waltz on back in. If there's any type of disagreement where there are apologies necessary, forgiveness necessary, discussions necessary, this is also somebody that doesn't want to have to do that. That's why, like, they're watching, they want somebody's attention, they want the door open, but they don't want to come in. So if I were to come up behind them and say, hey, why are you watching me? Hey, what are you doing? We're not friends, we're not lovers. Somebody's going to be like, like caught red-handed. They're not going to have a quick enough response. They're not going to have anything to say. And again, at the end of the day, the only known thought that they have in their head is they want the door open. They don't necessarily want to walk through the door. And this is also giving like if you're not paying attention to somebody and they want you to pay attention to them, like they want that connection back. They want that ease back, that they don't want communication. They just want, like if they look at me across the room and they smile at me, I'll smile back, right? That's an energy exchange. Like somebody just wants the energy exchange back. They don't necessarily want, like if you wanted a relationship and they didn't want it, so you both walked away, but now they're trying to come back in. It's not because they want a relationship. It's because they want that door to always be open, that option to always be there. And they want some type of energy exchange, whether it's, communication, lighthearted communication would be what I'm thinking, like jokes, joking around, messing around. No real discussion about like a relationship or a friendship or anything like that. And again, energy exchange. Here's the other thing. You got to look at it like this too. If you were in a situation with a person and they're in the wrong, let's say, they could be, pardon me, my eye keeps itching, I keep getting hair everywhere, I'm yawning for no reason. I actually slept really good last night. God, my neighbors are up early. They got their car lights on. Granted, they got 20 cars in their parking lot there. Sorry, more like 8. Anyway, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Energy exchange. Yeah, they just, if there's any type of forgiveness or anything there, any type of discussion that needs to be had, they don't want to do that. They don't want to go in depth. They don't want to voice any feelings. They don't want anything like that. And that's not to say that that couldn't happen in the future, but whomever they are, let me answer this. My friend is texting me. I don't want her to like. I don't want her to freak out. She's gonna get ready to go into work at 4. She's probably already there with her husband. we don't start until 5. Anyway, our hours have been so crazy lately at work. Yeah, they want the door open for the future, just in case. It's not that they necessarily want anything right now. And they want lighthearted. They want to get back to a lighthearted energy exchange because they miss that energy. That's what it is. And somebody misses that attention. Like somebody, because it's in the first 3 cards. The thing is I think, like me going back to Betty and standing at her desk, and then she turns around and she's like they want that attention. But I think if someone were to actually bring them that attention, I think they'd be a little shocked because they want it. They've been thinking about it. But to actually get it, I think it would be at first shock, and then I just heard elation. That's a word, right? Elated, like excited, elation. I have my phone with me. I could check, I guess, but I'm not gonna. I think they would be over the moon to get the attention. Again, it's just they just want their foot in the door. They don't want to actually walk through the door. It could be too, because if this is like relationship wise and you're wondering like, oh, okay, they want attention, they want to see me, they want to talk to me, but they don't want a relationship with me. It could be sorry. I had my drink before I came in here and then my throat gets all wonky. Yeah, electrolyte drink. It could be too that they're looking at this as a first step. Like if I get my foot in the door and I just have that option, then we can kind of like get back to like friends and see what happens from there. That could be in the mental space of this person, like in the back of their mind. I just think first and foremost, whomever this is, they want attention. They really want attention. And I don't know how I feel about that. I really, you guys can feel about it however you want, right? I don't know how I feel about that. Because you want me to be friends with you. You want me, and this is a lover situation I'm talking about, okay? I'm not necessarily talking about a friend. You either be friends with somebody or you're not, right? But a prospective lover, like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, they want my attention, they want me to give them positive energy, but they don't want me. Like, you still don't realize my value, my worth. Like, you want your foot in the door, but you're not going to walk through the door. So then what do I need you for? Because I'm not codependent like that, right? Don't misconstrue. I'm not saying that this is necessarily codependency. And if when you're friends with people, you laugh and you joke around and you exchange energy. I get that. I get that. But I'm saying lover wise, like, it gives codependency, and that's just my opinion. You guys can take it however you want. I just don't know how I feel about that. Because then I feel like even if they put their foot in the door and they walk through it, right? And they're like, hey, I miss you. Like, let's get in a relationship. Like, let's do this. They're going to be codependent through that whole relationship. And I've told you guys, I think I told you guys last week, like, I'm a very touchy-feely person. When I'm happy in a relationship, like, I love PDA. I do. I just do. I like to touch people. And if you're my person, inappropriately. So, like, and some people might look at that as codependent, right? I'm just saying, like, that whole, like, you need my energy, you're dying over there, you need my energy, but you don't want to be in a relationship with me. Because relationship wise, like, if this is a relationship, I mean, the joking around, the friendship stuff could lead to them wanting, casual encounters, sex, things like that. And, like, me personally, I'm not interested in that. Like, if I'm going to get into a relationship with someone, I'm going to get into a relationship with someone. And we are going to be one-on-one. There's not going to be third parties. There's not going to be other people. There's going to be no options. I'm not saying we have to get married down the road or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, I want a one-on-one. I want a real relationship. If I'm going to put in my time and my energy into you, if I'm going to have sex with you, you're going to give me all of you. You know? So I don't know how I feel about that, because it just seems a little codependent to me. And, like, you can't do with your own energy. And I guess the other flip side of this is, how many other options do they have? How many other friends are they seeking energy from? And if this is a friendship, like, yeah, how many people are they bouncing back and forth between as friends for energy exchange? Like, do I want to be a part of that? Because I've talked about my work situation before. The guy I was in love with, the ex-friends, all that jazz. I don't really want to have anything to do with anybody that would have anything to do with them. Do you know what I mean? Especially, like, more involved. Like, I don't want to be friends with somebody that's really good friends with one of them. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want whatever negative energy they have going on. And yeah, there's some kind of negative energy there. I don't know what that that whole situation gives like polyamorous, codependent, incestuous workplace malarkey. Like, I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that. All right, those were all just my opinions, you guys. Take how it resonates for you. I'm gonna leave it there. I hope it resonates for somebody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you're entertained. I hope you all have a fabulous Monday. I'll talk to you later.